Joining us here, Assembly District 78, I'm your representative, Chris Ward, and I wanted to bring you up to date on the latest for the month of April. First, I wanted to give you an update on my bill package for the year. With bill introduction deadlines now behind us, I'm happy to let you know that I've introduced 21 bills this year across several issue areas, including environment and clean energy, housing, homelessness, community protections, education, transportation, and more. I've previously highlighted a few bills that I can update you on. As we grapple with the budget deficit facing our state and looking at options to protect critical housing and homelessness investments, one option I saw was to look at the mortgage interest deduction on second homes. Budget challenges are difficult to reconcile, but I introduced AB 1932 this month to reduce the tax deduction taken by some filers on vacation homes and instead propose stable homeownership and homelessness prevention funding. One way or another, the state is either continuing to subsidize luxury or cut back affordable housing to the Finance Department's estimate of $200 million. This is a big lift, but one of a few that I'm proposing this month to help balance our budget and prioritize supporting the greatest need. AB 1858 set a clear standard for California schools on how to move forward with high-intensity drills and ensure that the students who participate have easy access to mental health resources. Active shooter drills have sadly become a new normal in schools across the country, yet without guidelines, some are doing more harm than good. AB 1858 will help provide guidance and reduce trauma and was just this week passed out of the Assembly Education Committee with a bipartisan vote. As hate and extremism has continued to increase in recent years, so has the tactic of doxing or publishing someone's private data for the purpose of harassment. AB 1979, the Doxing Victims Recourse Act, will provide an opportunity for civil remedy for victims who have been harmed as a result of being doxed. This was recently passed out of the Assembly Judiciary Committee. Mass distribution of literature targeting minority groups in their neighborhoods has rapidly become the preferred tactic of hate groups because it maximizes personal impact while allowing the perpetrators to attempt to remain anonymous and avoid accountability. The Stop Hate Littering Act will protect individuals from the distribution of hateful propaganda in the form of flyers, posters, or symbols with the intent to terrorize communities, as we have seen in our district. This bill is now on the Assembly floor. AB 1904 will allow all transit agencies to exercise the authority to affix flashing LED yield right-of-way signs to the left rear of the buses, reducing dwelling times and facilitating easier re-entry into traffic. This bill recently passed the Assembly and is on to the State Senate. Last year, you may remember that my district office moved to a new location within Assembly District 78. It's now located at 2700 Adams Avenue in San Diego, and if you need any assistance, the best way to contact my district office staff is to call the number below and someone will be able to assist you. Some of the problems that they can help you with include unemployment benefits, state disability insurance, veterans benefits, the Department of Motor Vehicles, the Franchise Tax Board, and more, including taking your opinion on bills or issues coming up, meeting with constituents, or explaining how state government works. Here are some brief introductions to each of my staff members to help you learn more about their issue areas and the communities they cover.
I essentially run the district office in the sense that, making sure that all of our field reps are running their projects on time, that we are keeping up with casework, that all the town halls that we're going to do are all scheduled and ready to go, as well as doing some of the comms work, and that our constituents receive regular communications from our office regarding webinars and other opportunities that our office is offering. Some of the services that we offer at the DO are constituent services like helping with the DMV, helping with EDD casework, so that's paid family leave, unemployment, short-term disability. All of those things are opportunities that our office will help us assist our constituents kind of cut through the red tape of government and where they're hitting a bit of a roadblock. I got into public service because I feel like the opportunity to serve my community was probably the most rewarding way to have a career. I noticed that a lot of people in my community didn't realize about how much assistance is out there through government, how their assembly offices can help them get services. And I never miss an opportunity to tell people that, even in my own private life. And I just feel like helping people access services and resources to help them with their lives is just a way to make government work for them.
My issue areas include Jewish issues. I also work in biotech. I also work with workers' compensation as well as DMV, EDD, and FTB issues. A typical day for me is pretty atypical. It can vary from day to day, but depending on what kind of constituent casework comes in, I'm always willing to listen and work hard to make sure that our constituents receive the updates for their cases that they call in to us about. Both of my parents, my dad and my stepmom, are both public servants, and I really look up to them, and they helped guide me and lead me on a path to public service myself. My communities include Balboa Park, Mission Valley, Bankers Hill, Golden Hill, South Park, Tierra Santa, Morena. I even have a few new communities as well, including Old Town, Sorrento Valley, Sierra Mesa, and Mira Mesa.
I work on communications as well as I represent Mission Hills and Kearny Mesa in the Convoy district. I work a lot with the API community here in the district, as well as youth, education, and animals. Every day is a little bit different. Depending on the day, I might have meetings with constituents, I might have some casework. A lot of the times I'm here in the office answering phones and being available for constituents when they need us. I have always had a heart for people and things that can't speak up for themselves. Since I was little, I always enjoyed volunteering at the Humane Society with animals, and now that I'm older, I love having the opportunity to advocate for people that don't actually have a voice for themselves.
The day-to-day, I usually start checking our inbox, calls and emails from constituents, making sure we either sign those out or I respond to them. I usually have a couple meetings or tours in the district with our stakeholders, organizations, agencies, and advocate groups. And that's kind of it. I go to community groups every couple days depending on when they're meeting that month, and really just try to be out in the community as much as possible. I went into public service because I really care about community, and as I mentioned before, that's kind of my favorite part of the job. And so this is one of the ways that you're really able to get out there and help people with the little things, the day-to-days. They're making sure they get their EDD funds, or they can move through that process, or even just doing a handoff to the city to make sure people get their trash picked up. I know that's not what we do, but we work so well with the different levels of government and our neighbors, truly. So that's kind of my favorite part and what I love about being a public servant. So I represent the Navajo, Linda Vista, and Claremont areas. I love all these communities because they're communities I've lived in or I've been involved with at various points of my life in living in San Diego. But I also have some issue areas, including the environment, natural resources, water, energy, any resource management that we do as a state I get to handle here in the district office.
I represent the communities of San Diego that include North Park, the Uptown communities, Hillcrest, Bankers Hill, University Heights, Kensington, Talmadge, and including the college area. The aspect of my job that I enjoy the most is connecting with the constituents, having one-on-ones, being able to help people and getting resources to them. The reason I got into public service is to give back to my community. I really like helping people, especially those that are underserved, and it was really a calling for me since I was little.
I hope you enjoyed briefly meeting my district staff. I appreciate the work that they do every day as the first point of contact for Assembly District 78 when I'm physically in Sacramento. Stay tuned at the end of the video where you'll find contact information to reach out to district staff if you have an issue that you need resolved. With springtime here, I hope to see you out in the district during some of our upcoming annual activities. On Saturday, April 20th, my team and I will be participating in the Creek to Bay cleanup to help stop pollution from reaching our waterfront. Next Saturday, April 27th, is the annual Linda Vista Multicultural Fair with a parade and activities for the whole family. And save the date for Saturday, May 11th for San Diego River Days, kicking off a week of educational, environmental support, and recreational activities in Mission Valley. As always, I want to thank you for your support. I'm grateful to be your representative and work on these issues and more. One of the best ways to stay informed is to follow my social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where you can know in real time what the developments are or what I'm working on every day. And if you need any assistance, please know that my district office staff is available and ready to serve or answer any questions that you may have. Feel free to reach out to the contact information at the end of this video, and a staff member will connect with you as soon as possible. I wish you, your family, and your neighbors all the best this month.